What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion. It's full steam ahead. Full steam ahead, and we're in the front of the bike. If you watched the last episode, we were at the back of the bike dealing with our exhaust. The Akrapovic full exhaust that we have that was meant for a 1299 Superleggera got the heat shield. We found a way to mount it and route some of the wiring. It's becoming a theme with this bike where we're running into challenges of using modern parts that are not exactly meant for this motorcycle, and we're trying to make it fit and make it look really nice as well. So today's challenge is going to be trying to find a way to mount our turn signals because we're going to run Rizoma stealth mirrors. I love a challenge. Enough talking, more working. Let's get this thing done. Windscreen is on, pretty straightforward, 4 bolts, and it's right here. The challenging part is running all the wires because the turn signal cables used to come up here where the rear mirrors are. We had to find an ingenious way and a secretive way that we could run the cables behind the fairings down to where I'm going to put my turn signals, because the last thing I want is to see wires when I'm sitting on the bike and looking down at that beautiful front end that we just finished. So I think we're there. I got to wire up the connector to these beautiful turn signals that we have. Thankfully, Rizoma has these brackets that have double-sided tape. There's no specific kit for the 1199R or 1299s, but we're going to use these things that I found in our warehouse, and I'm going to go ahead and wire it up. Hopefully it's going to work. And I just want to remind you, all the products that we use on our videos is always in the link in the description below. But let me get to wiring this, and then we can start putting some of the fairings back on this motorcycle. Most of the front end that you see is now finally bolted on. We found a way to run these cables that I could at least hide them. So once we're ready to put them on when the fairings are on and apply the adhesive, we'll just push it back to wherever we want it. But before that, let's quickly check to make sure that these turn signals are working. And I don't want to even look at it because they're so bright. I'm sure it's coming through on the camera. That's the right turn signal. This is the left side, and it's blinking without going fast. This is good. Now let me grab our Rizoma mirrors, put the mirrors on so that this is all bolted on, and then I think we'll be done for this episode. Well, here it is. Officially, the front end of this 1199R Resto-Mod is complete. Everything is bolted on, nice and firm. Our stealth mirrors are on, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little concerned before we installed these mirrors. Not because of the turn signals, we figured those out, we showed it to you guys, but it's the looks of the bike. Don't forget, we want to be period correct. This bike is from an era where superbikes did not have winglets, and these things are technically winglets. But when you're riding them, they're going to function as mirrors, and more importantly, in terms of aesthetics, the handlebars are so much wider. I think that's the focal point of the front end of this bike. When you first take a look at it, it kind of hides these mirrors away and they blend in because the angles and everything is working good. Speaking of working good, I know some of you guys like to complain about these stealth mirrors. I'm not going to make any presumptions. I'll let you guys know how well they work or not, because we're honest like that when we take this bike out for a ride. But before we could take it out for a ride, we have a couple more things to do. If you pay attention, this side has the fairings bolted on, but this side doesn't, because we have a little more cleanup to go before we could call this build finished. It's our clutch cover. This is from an era where it was called Ducati, now it's called DBK. We kind of want to update that over here. We want to clean up this reservoir and get rid of it if we can. And if you watched the last episode, this cable still bothers me, but I think I found a way that I could run it so that it's not over here. And no, it's not a wireless O2 sensor. I don't even know if they exist, but either way, you gotta stay tuned until next episode to see what we do with it. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.